Good morning, family. My name is Norman Griffiths,
And I'm Kolaki Sedufia.
and this Family Morning.
It's
A
a
fresh
fresh
day.
day.
And speaking about fresh things, it's not only a fresh day for us, but also a fresh season. And we have some amazing new content for you.
Okay, so today we're talking about the health benefits of our favorite drink, Sobolo.
And the invention of the horn. Not just any horn, but the car horn.
Also, social media safety.
Yes, social media safety, which is very important in our day. And finally, we have a special guest on the show today. So stay tuned to find out who.
Okay, welcome back. So today, Word for the Family is read by Joel Brandima. And then he says, life is not about having everything. It's about finding meaning to everything.
Yes,
What do you think about that?
that is a very great saying. You know, I found myself many times wondering or thinking, if I had more, I could do so much more. But what this is telling us is that you don't need to have more,
Okay.
but you need to find meaning in what you already have, and to find meaning in everything you have. So I think that if you start to count your blessings, every single one, from the smallest things,
Right.
you can find meaning in everything.
Okay.
What are your
So are
thoughts on
you
this?
doing that at the moment?
Well, at the moment, I am really finding meaning in being here on the set with you. So I think I am, you know? What do you think about this? What is your take on this?
Well, I just feel you have to be appreciative about everything, every little thing that you have. It's fine. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, this is one of my favorite segments on the show because we get to take some of the best sayings on the show and we get to break it down and tell people our ideas and how we feel about it. And I think it's
Right.
very amazing because we get to talk about what Gandhi said. Last week we spoke about what the Queen said. So I think this is a very, very amazing part of the show.
Great. So today we have some interesting birthdays, and first of all, we're talking about Abdul Majid. He is actually a footballer. I don't know if you know much about him though.
Oh yes, I know a bit about Abdul Majid. He's an
Okay.
amazing player.
Right.
He's been playing for the Ghana team for over 10 years. Well, about 10 years. It's almost over 10 years. And I think that it takes a lot of dedication to be this consistent to the same thing for 10 years.
Right.
It takes a lot to be consistent like that.
Have you been consistent for some period of time?
Oh, yes, I've been consistent with growing. Yes, I never stop. I always grow. I keep growing. Yes, that is what I've been consistent with. What about you? Like, have you done anything this consistent for like 10 years, even 5 years,
Well, I'll just say my passion,
which is
designing all along,
wow.
sketching
That is
and all
amazing.
that.
You know when he started playing, he actually came in as a substitute for Andre Ayew,
Right.
and I Andre Ayew is one of the players I admire so much. So you can tell how good he is. Like for just they chose to put him on with one of the best.
Right.
And he has a reputation to meet. So I think that is amazing. Yes.
Great.
So moving on today in history, yes, slavery was abolished in the Gold Coast today. Now, what I find interesting about this headline is that slavery was abolished in in the British Empire in 1833. But it was only abolished in Ghana and other of the British colonies in 1874,
74.
which is a huge gap if you think about it.
Right.
Like all these years,
What were they
what
waiting
were they
for?
waiting for to just abolish it in Ghana? But I don't want to dwell on that. What I want to dwell on is that we are free. There's no more slavery. Slavery is illegal, and we are free. That is great news for us.
I was actually watching a video of this whole slavery thing back then, just today. And I was just, it's so sympathetic, whatever they went through back then. I don't think you could have gone through that if it was still there.
Yes. And I think it's actually a very great day for the civil rights movement because also today in New Zealand, Well, actually, today in history, New Zealand becomes the first country to grant all women the right to vote, which
Right.
is a very important
Yeah.
right because women have a say, and it's very important that they vote. Yes.
We're always important. Don't get me wrong.
You feel important. No, women run the world. We know.
Yeah,
we see
we run
you.
the world.
We see you and we understand. You run the world. We understand, but we do it together. Now, finally, let's take a look at the invention of the car horn. A lot of people don't know this, but before the car horn was invented, drivers used to use horns, bells, hand squeeze horns, bells, and whistles to notify passengers, to notify pedestrians and other drivers on the road. But then the horn was created. And I believe this innovation was such a great innovation because I feel like it is way more convenient for drivers.
Right.
Anyways, it's time for us to go for a break. Nkoliki, can you help us with the socials before that?
Okay, so kindly follow us on our Family Social GH page, also on YouTube, Family Tube GH. And lastly, www.familytvghana.com for our website.
Yes. So we will see you right after this break.
You felt so kind and generous. I don't know, keep on giving for your kindness. I'm in debt to you for your selflessness, my admiration. For everything you've done, you know I'm bound to thank you for it. La, 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 la. Oh, I want to thank you, show my gratitude, my love, and my respect for you. I want to thank you.
Welcome back to Family Morning. My name is Norman Griffiths, and like we said, we have a special guest on the show today, and I have the privilege to be in an interview with him. So, audience, friends, let me introduce to you Patrick Masope. Mr. Masope.
Yeah.
Did I get the name right this
You
time?
did, you
Yes.
did, you
So
did.
can you
You
please
were
tell us
brilliant.
about yourself? A bit about yourself.
A bit about myself. Wow. Okay, so I'm Patrick Niyama Masupe. So that tells you where I come from. I'm happily married to one wife with 4 children, 3 adult boys, and then, almost adult daughter. I'm a creative.
Creative.
So
yes.
I've been involved in creative things all my life. I'm a landscape architect and a floral designer by profession.
Wow.
And I had a company for 20 odd years, but I closed down the company about 4 years ago
Okay.
to concentrate more on another creative side of mine,
The creative side.
which has to do with music.
Music.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have been doing music forever.
All right.
But
So can I ask, what inspired you in the music field? What gave you a dream, or what brought out the music in you?
the music in me has been there all along.
All
It's been
along,
there right
okay.
from childhood. But if you're asking what made me stop my job, quit or close down my company to concentrate fully on music, it's my master who asked me to do so.
Your master. Okay. Yes.
My master upstairs.
Yes, the one master that there is.
Yes, he specifically told me he wanted me to concentrate on the ministry, my worship ministry, and all that kind of.
Okay. So,
So
let's talk about your worship ministry. Starting any ministry
I
is
don't
not
know.
easy.
It's his worship ministry. It's not
Okay,
my
yes,
worship
his
ministry.
worship ministry. Yes, yes, your service in his ministry. Yes. Let's talk about it. What were the challenges that you faced when you began in this ministry?
Well, the challenge initially was more with me
Okay.
because I have, like I said earlier on, I've always worked for myself. I had my company. It was one of the biggest companies then, landscape companies at that time.
Wow.
And it was unheard of. I mean, why was I closing down the company to go and do this? I mean, where was the next dime coming from? And this was at a critical time in my life when my sons, the older ones, were just getting ready to enter university. They just finished, I mean, just earlier this
Yes.
year. You see, so this was when you needed all the cash and all, you know.
The motivation, everything. Has
So
to be
you are
there.
stopping and going to do what?
Yes.
And so that was, I had to come to terms with the fact that God had spoken and I had heard clearly. I've always, Jesus said something. He said, "What my sheep hear my voice and they know me and they follow me."
Yeah.
And that means a lot. That scripture means a lot to me because it is important that we are hearing the shepherd's voice. For me, once I am sure it is the shepherd's voice I've heard, I can go out on a limb with him. That is so important. Once I am sure that I've heard his voice, then I would follow.
Okay.
Do you understand? But originally, maybe I wasn't quite sure. I had to be sure that I had heard right because there was so much at stake. If I go and it doesn't work out, what kind of testimony am I leaving, even for my children? Oh, he went out and followed God and look at what happened.
Yes.
He messed up our education, messed up our lives. No, I had to be very sure that I had heard right.
You had heard the right.
Once I was sure about that, I just went out.
So you did mention about how your 3 boys were about to enter university. So may I ask, what was your family's reaction to your sudden decision to stop work and pursue ministry?
You know, marry right. I think one of my greatest supporters and chief cheerleaders was my wife.
Wow.
She has, even when I had cold feet, she's been the one, "Patrick, just go. If it is God who has said it, go. Because I am tied to you. If you do not obey, even I wouldn't move."
Yeah.
And I mean, subsequent things, like developments, have proven her right. Because immediately I moved, A, B, C, the things just began to fall in place. It's amazing. I mean, we will need a whole program to talk about that.
Yes,
It's,
we would.
yeah, but things just moved. What I was eager about and anxious about, I told you, one of my sons, I mean, my eldest boy had to enter university around then, and he had applied here, there, all that. And long story short, he had a deal. He had a full scholarship, 4-year scholarship. We didn't pay a dime
Wow.
for a university out of this country.
Wow.
So that is just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, we need another
Need another, yes.
to
So,
talk about.
family is very important. The support of family can take you a long way. So let's talk about your upcoming program. I believe it's this Wednesday. Starts this
It
Wednesday.
starts this Wednesday.
Yes. Can you tell us a bit about the program?
It's called the Songwriter's Pen.
The Songwriter's Pen. That's a very beautiful name. Very poetic.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Well, it's a vision God gave me interestingly, just this April. I went out of town for a friend's program, a South African friend of mine who's also a songwriter and a producer. And while I was there, God just dropped this thing strongly on me that he wants me to organize something like that. And there was an urgency about it. I was thinking originally that maybe, yes, for next year, but I said, I want you to do this now.
Do it now.
So I said, okay, I hear you. How are we doing it? So I started listening for instructions, and he directed me what he wanted, how he wanted it. And that's how it started.
Okay.
So it is basically, the tagline for Songwriter's Pen is equipping the end time church with anointed songwriters.
Okay.
So that kind of encapsulates what we are out to
Yes.
do. Yeah, so that is basically what it is. We are bringing a lot of resource persons who are in that space, who are anointed songwriters, to teach how to go about it, the right way.
All right.
You understand? The way, so we're going back to basics. How was it done going back to the scripture? what was how did David, how did Asaph, how did Jeduthun, how did all
They
those
come
big
up with it,
names,
yes.
what was it that they did? So we are going to learn from them. We are going to learn from other, I mean, basically, songwriting is an art too. Do you understand?
Yes,
So apart, I mean, there's the ministry bit of it.
Yes.
You get inspired and you
Yes,
write
and
songs.
You write a song. Yes.
But you also have to learn the art of it, the science
Yes.
of it, if you like.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So we are bringing all these together, and we are bringing different people who've been in the field for long.
All right.
Apostle Professor Opoku Nyina, if
Wow.
is there. Papa Indumiso Manana is coming in. In fact, he's arriving tonight from South Africa.
Okay. Wow.
And then we know Neo Kai, we
Yes,
know
yes.
Eugene Zuta,
Yes.
we know Kofi Obusu Pepra, we know Nayawa Pari,
Yes.
and well, Uraku is not that well known, but he is also a powerful person. And Reverend Nicholas Odoi, who was the one who taught me when I went to the School of Worship
School of Worship. Okay.
with Youth with a Mission. That was in 2009.
Wow.
I was there for like,
So
I just
that's
closed
about 10 years.
job. Yeah, so I was there for like 6 months. It was amazing. That's where I actually started writing songs.
Writing songs.
Yeah.
So on the topic of writing songs, what
Mm-hmm.
would you say is your creative process when you come up with your songs? I was on your YouTube page earlier and I was watching a few of your songs and I
Mm-hmm.
saw about over 20 songs on your page. So I want to know, what is your creative process?
Well, for me, a lot of it, like I said originally, is I get inspired.
Okay.
I get inspired by so many things. Mainly when I'm in the Word of God, when I'm reading the Word of God. Sometimes my bathroom times are my times of inspiration.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm in bed and the thing wakes me up. I hear a line, I can't explain it, but I just hear this line and I know that it's a song that's coming.
Yeah.
So I just have to quickly grab my phone and just record. Maybe it might be just a phrase. I record it and put it down. The rest would come. I may get the melody right then or later. The other times I'm just like we are talking.
Yes.
You would say something and immediately it triggers. I know this is the beginning of a song. Let me give you an example. Just 2 weeks ago, or was it? Yeah. We went for Joyful Ways 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And while we were at the program, what is the name of this group? The Ana Cappella group. I forget the name. They have been, I've forgotten the name, but the leader,
Yes.
before they sang, spoke briefly. And then he said something about if God has said it, it's a done deal. Immediately he said it, I knew this was something that I had to note. So I noted it down. The next morning while I was bathing, God gave me a full song.
Full song.
So
Wow.
that's how it happens.
That's how it happens. All right. So about the program,
Yeah.
we want to know where it's happening. We know it's starting this Wednesday, so if you can just give us a little
It's
more information.
happening at the Cocoa Board Training School in Tema, Community 6. The program, Wednesday is a holiday. So Wednesday we are having a morning till afternoon session. Then we break off. Thursday is a working day. So we decided not to put anything on Thursday. But Friday into Saturday, we are having the continuation.
Yes.
Friday, and what we are doing is that we are sleeping over. So
Okay.
because Saturday is packed.
Yes.
There are, apart from the lectures, there's going to be songwriting clinics. There's going to be a songwriting contest.
Wow.
The two best adjudged songs are going to be produced at no cost
Wow.
to the person who wrote those two songs, or the two people who wrote those two songs. Yeah. So it's going to be quite intensive, you see. So that's why we want to sleep over from Friday,
From Friday
into Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you heard it yourself. It's starting this Wednesday at the Cocoa Board Training School in Tema.
Yeah.
Yes. So all you songwriters out there, you need to call now. What number do we call if we're
Okay,
interested?
so
How does
if
the
you-
registration process
The
work?
registration, because we are staying over for board, lodge, feeding, and all that, there's some money involved, obviously.
Okay. Yes.
So if you are doing the full thing, it's 400 Ghana. That's you are there on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But then if you go to Eventbrite,
All right.
the event is there, and we've given
Eventbrite, it's a website.
it's a website.
okay.
Yeah. So the songwriters pen,
Pen,
22.
Okay, 22.
Just
yes.
put in songwriters pen 22, and it once you hit the register button, it will give you different options. If you are there and you are not staying through the whole place, I think it's just 100 CDs. If it's there are different, there are about 6
Alright.
different combinations.
I
of
think the
invitations.
rest of the information will be put up on the screens. So if you're watching and you are interested, please call us or WhatsApp us on the numbers on your screen, and we'll give you all the necessary information to register. But before we go, here is a music video by Patrick Masope called
Well, I'm going to give you the choice. You can either go Moja Boarding or Passover Lamp, which are my most recent. You know, I really wish I could have shared Oyiji Mogbong,
Okay.
which means Your Praise Will Never Cease. That is coming on, it's being released on Wednesday. And I
Wednesday,
did that
okay.
with Luigi McLean and
Okay.
Calvis Hammond.
Wow.
So stay tuned, everybody. I mean,
Yes.
on
Stay
Wednesday,
tuned,
21st,
yes.
that is hitting the waves.
Yes, yes. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Watch the video, enjoy it, because you can have an idea of what you will learn at this upcoming program with Patrick Masope. So we will see you after this break.
Yesu moja apodeno ridi efurusan free Calvary biponoso enam boni bunyinem samojano wotumepa abrabo satra to me. They say you're safe in you may na yenya yen foudi. Yesu moja apwoting no Riti efurusan free Calvary bipono so and I'm bonny bonyine. Hey, Samochano. To me, pa abrabo satra to me. I say you're safe in you may na yinya yen famudi o mojano Obama wokuno ni mojano what to me abrabo satra to me. Mochano Obama wokuno ni mochano and what to me abrabo satra to me.
Moja podino ati umeho Every me bonding in it I'm on my head Yamidishi Ebwe kwan wana imemo O samoja yi
Samoja yi.
Suripa Abra bo sachura to me To me, I am mommy, me also. Then I'm crying more. Moja body, I'm still feeling every evening. I'm on my head. Oh, yes, so much I know. Much enough to. If you want it, you can come and more. I don't go under soul.
Sarah, you've got this, okay?
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon wardrobe. You can be the outcast, to be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to say
But they lost.
Not really. Not where it counts.
Welcome back to Family Morning. It's a fresh day. And that interview was awesome. But if you think that was all the surprises we had for you, you were wrong. Let me reintroduce you to my co-host, Praise Macpolo.
Hello, everybody. All right, all right, all right. It's your boy, Praise Mac Polo. This is Family Morning, and it's a
Fresh day.
I just had to say that. I don't. No man cannot take that away from me. I always have to say that. But yeah, so I mean, we are. This is a new season,
It is
and
a new season, a fresh start for all of
a
us.
fresh
and
start for
we
all
have
of us.
so
This-
much coming. It's
and-
so interesting.
I know it has been amazing. I mean, today has just been awesome. I mean, for Mr. Masope with an amazing song, and I mean, you and Kiki holding it down and all of. I mean, it has just been amazing. But currently, we want to just talk about some few things. You know,
Yes, yes.
some few things we actually found out recently that Sobolo, aka Bloody Auza Koko, aka when it spills in your white dress, it is spoiled and ruined.
Now,
You
for,
can't do-
for all of those out there, for everybody out there,
right,
Sobolo, the English name for Sobolo is Bisap.
that's right,
And it comes from the flower, the hibiscus flower.
that's right.
But we over here, we enjoy the name Bloody
so.
Sobolo.
No, bloody
Bloody
Awuza
Awuza
Koko.
Koko, yes.
Don't confuse me.
Yeah, I
Bloody
didn't confuse you.
Awuza
You
Koko.
confused me.
No,
Let's keep it
Sobolo.
straight.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I'm sure some of you have heard it. There's even a whole song on it. Sobolo, so that is the Sobolo we are talking about. Yeah, that's Sobolo. That's Sobolo. I mean, depending on where you're from, you might call it hibiscus tea and all of that. But what the research or the information reaching us now is this: that Sobolo helps reduce blood pressure or
Yes.
lowers
Yes.
blood pressure.
And this is a very good, it's very good news. Let me put
Yeah.
the things you like as a health recommendation, you know.
You know,
You get
you know-
something it's crazy, but what people don't know is that blood pressure is very dangerous.
right?
It causes damage to your heart and other
Yeah.
internal organs.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous, and you can't really tell until you get it checked.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, so let us even clarify. So basically, we are not saying that Sobolo is a cure to high blood pressure. What we are saying is this: it helps lower or kind of keep your blood pressure, a standard
Yes.
level.
If-
Because I mean, if it's also too low, I mean, wahala. If it's too high, wahala. So there's a standard level, and that's where your blood pressure is supposed to be. So I mean, I think there are some pharmacies that run free BP checks.
Yes.
Yes, and some hospitals that run free BP checks. So just make sure you are always, trying to, how will I put it? Norman, I see what you're doing. Behave yourself. Always, always trying to, check your BP level and make sure
Yeah.
that it's on a,
You know,
it's on a good
I
level.
first had my BP checked when I was 12.
Wow.
My father encouraged me to do that. I didn't understand like why. I don't have stress. I don't have a single stress
Yeah, probably that's
in
why.
the world.
That's
so I
why
don't know why my BP would
your
be high.
BP
How
was
come
too
I-
low.
My,
You don't have any
no,
stress.
My BP should have been very right because I was active.
Right.
I cannot have low BP if I'm active.
Well, I mean, you can't really say. That's why these are medical things that you can't predict. And the interesting thing about BP is when it's going high or it's going low, you just can't tell. You get it?
Yeah.
It will take a while for it to be at that level. Then you notice that okay, now I'm beginning to fall sick, or I'm getting these
Headaches.
yeah,
And
continuous headaches and all of that. Yeah, so that's it for you. So for those of you that love Sobolo, just know that hey, it's gonna help you reduce your BP. So all our old folks out there, keep drinking your Sobolo in your calabash.
yes, and in other news, pressures are still rising as the fares of transportation are going up.
Right.
Praise, what do you think about them?
that Sobolo should also cure the rising prices of transport costs. But I mean, on a more serious note, the issue at hand is that is the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council. That's the GRTCC is not in agreement with the drivers' trade union that to increase
DTU.
fares. You understand?
Yes.
Well, that they are actually called True Drivers Union,
True Drivers
Yes.
Union, so TDU.
TDU. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So they are not in agreement with them for them trying to increase.
Increase
You
the
know,
fare. But why
fares.
why do you think they want to increase the fare? And
So,
do you think
I'm-
it's necessary?
I mean, their reason was that fuel prices are skyrocketing, but the GRTCC is saying fuel prices have actually been relatively stable.
Yes.
So there's no need for an increase in fares. And I mean, I agree with them. And this was coming from also their general secretary, that's the GRTCC,
Okay.
Ohene Yeboah, saying that transport fares don't need to go up.
Yes.
You understand? And it makes sense because the truth is, right now, things are crazy. The economy is
It's tight and everything is
tight.
going up.
exactly everything is going up except salaries.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's affecting
And-
families.
And I'm sure that is where the increase in fares comes in because they also need an increase in their salaries.
Yeah, but then it's also affecting families because that means those who are on the other side that are not drivers are also going to be at a disadvantage where if they've given their child maybe 5 cities to get to school, now if it increases to 6 cities or 7 cities, the parent has to get more money for the child's transportation.
Yeah.
So it's just dicey, and these are the crazy things that are happening right now. And honestly, right now the battle is indeed the Lord's. This is not to try and support any party. The battle is because right now where we've reached, the battle is the Lord's.
Yes. And at this point, everything's gone up, even pure water.
Oh, tell me about it.
The
50
easiest,
pesos.
the easiest thing to buy, like
50 pesos. I remember a time where 50 pesos could get you 5 sachets.
it could. In fact, to my shock, the increase in the pure water was a shocking experience for me because I was out with 3 people,
You're right.
and at that moment, I had 50 pesos cash
All right.
and everything else momo, and I needed to buy water.
All right.
I walked into a store, I paid the 50. I left because naturally I assumed I was having 4 pure waters in the bag.
All right.
Only to get there, and when I was about to share, I took one and the bag was empty.
Wow.
Now, I know it makes me seem like I'm sorry, but I had just assumed, like, I didn't check. I
Right.
went back, and I was like, you gave me one, and they were like, yes,
It's 50 pesos.
it's 50 pesos now. And I was thinking to myself, what?
Wow, it's crazy. The the increase in sachet water is alarming and a huge concern for Ghanaians because right now it's not everyone that can afford bottled water,
Yes.
and even bottled water prices are insane. You understand? So 50. I mean, well, at this rate, you might as well just buy bottled water, though.
Or invest in a filtration system at home. Like, at this point, you should probably just filter your tap water and drink
Yeah,
it.
but actually, an interesting argument is that they say, like, I mean, financial analysts are saying that operating factories in Ghana is hell now because you are being bombarded with taxes, bombarded with all kinds of expenses. I mean, already fuel prices are going up. Most of your stuff are not manufactured here, so you have to import. So that means you are battling the dollar, and it's just crazy. So actually, in news, that's from the Ghana Web. That's a financial analyst that's Michael Nee Yaboy Annan, and was saying that the high inflation in the country then he actually bemoaned the high inflation in the country, arguing that the government could have put in measures to cushion Ghanaians doing business. And I actually think that's true because I feel like if the government considered these things and decided that, oh,
Yeah.
Let's put things in place so that people, the citizens, do not suffer from the
Yes. The
inflation.
citizens need to be put first.
You understand? Because the truth is, how do you expect people to pay taxes when they can't put, you
Can't
know,
earn a living. They
yeah,
can't
they can't even put food on the table for
put
their
food on the
family.
table. Yeah.
If I had taxes to pay and my children or my family was starving, I would pick my family over the taxes. It's no doubt, it's not about me not being a good citizen, it's about me protecting my family.
Yeah.
You get it? So now you put people like they are between a rock and a hard place where, okay, maybe I used to pay my taxes. Now I have to choose between paying my taxes and feeding my family.
my
Come
family,
on.
yeah.
I'll obviously feed my family. So it's just one of those. So
It's one of
the
those
government
things.
needs to work
But
on
in
those things.
spite of all the changes,
Mm-hmm.
there are some things that don't change, like our social media handle. It's still the same at Family Social Media across all families. And if you want to catch Family Mornings, it's at Family Mornings on Instagram and every other platform.
That's right.
And if you are watching this on your TV right now and you gotta go somewhere, don't worry. You can watch us on the go. Just go to YouTube and search for Family Tube GH, and you've got us there too.
I
And
see
don't
what you're
forget
doing.
to visit
I see
our
what you're doing.
website,
I see what you're
www.familytvghana.com.
You're good. I
Because
see what you're
there's
doing.
so much going on, and you don't want to miss out.
Have you guys realized how no one has been, understudying me? Trying to put things in rhymes, dropping rhymes and rhythms. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, this was just natural.
I see what you do. I get it. I mean, when you keep understanding me, some things come naturally. You understand? Yeah. But I mean, you can't cheat nature, neither can you cheat your sponsors. So we want to give a shout out to all our sponsors. That's Accra City Hotel, that's Family Vacations, Family Depot, Family Kicks, Urban Cognitive, Thai Swag. Listen, it's just been an amazing time with these sponsors, and it has been awesome and it has been fun. And hey, we are still growing the family. Remember, if you want to be part of our journey, our story, and our family, especially in this season of Family Morning, just make sure to call the numbers on your screen, and just get interactive with us. You know how we do it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, moving on. We all use social media to share amazing things in our lives, to connect with our family, but the question we have for you today is it worth it?
Is it worth it? I would like to know what you think about it. Is it really worth it to share your life on social media? This being that, I mean, there have been cases where people have been attacked because they shared their location on
Yes.
social media.
Yes. More than once, actually.
Lives have been lost. Basically, things got wrong quickly because someone shared their whereabouts
Information on
or information on social media. So now we want to
social
know.
media.
Just funny enough, we want to know by you sharing your opinion on our social media platform at Family Morning GH or at Family Social GH, and let us know what you think. Do you think is worth it to share?
Yes. For me, I say a lot of times it's not about the weapon, but who holds the weapon.
Right.
So I post on my social media, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't share everything about my life. You also have to be responsible with the weapon.
Exactly.
So I think it's okay to post your happy moments. It's okay
Right.
to post
Right.
even giving life updates. They were meant
Right.
for a reason.
Right.
But when other people get that information, a lot
Mhm.
can go on.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't expect it, but it still happens.
Yeah.
So I say it's all about the person holding the weapon.
Holding the. I agree. I think that there should be some kind of limit to what we share on social media.
Yeah, I believe there are settings. If I shared a live update, there are certain people who would see
Yeah,
it.
you can make them see. Yes, I think people just quickly run and jump onto the ship of social media without truly understanding the how will I say, carbon rules or
Yes, because I for example, when I got on Instagram, I didn't read the terms and conditions.
Right.
I'm one of the people who just
trust me, I don't think it's only you. I think
scrolled-
everybody.
scrolled up, clicked the
Only a
box
few.
and moved on.
Only if you actually read it. I mean, it's quite low. I mean, I just want to sign up and post a picture. I don't. If you've
Yeah,
given
I
me,
mean-
you've given me 3 whole PDF document. Like, I mean, I get it, but I mean, you are supposed to read. But I'm saying that it doesn't give people time. Like,
Yes.
I feel like people are. You know, we're already in a generation where they feel like they have to be quick.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like they're in a hurry. People are always on the move, on the go.
On the go. And
Uh-huh.
I think one of the benefits of social media to social media influencers
Right.
is people viewing, and I believe people want to know what's happening.
Yeah,
People want to know what's happening when
do.
it's happening. I've forgotten where I heard this. I think it was actually in a rap, right?
Right.
And it says that people go to Twitter for their information
Yeah. Right.
because by the time the news reads it, it's old news to them.
That's right.
Because
That's
whilst
right.
it's happening, someone can just go on their phone
Mm-hmm.
and tweet
Yeah. Right.
whatever is going on
Mm-hmm.
to everyone.
Yeah. But I mean, who do you think is responsible? I mean, like you said it, but I mean, do you think that people are like, for instance, if I happen to share, maybe you know how on Instagram or Snapchat or you know how Snapchat you can even see where someone is located, someone's current
Yes,
location
yes.
on Snapchat. I mean, obviously these are settings that you can turn on or turn off.
Yes.
Right. But I mean, the whole idea is that it brings some kind of it makes it more interesting to know that, hey, this guy's actually around my area. I can hit him up and then we can, go for a drink or get a bite or
I
something.
think with like I said earlier, it's the responsibility of the user.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is the responsibility of the user to know what to post and what not to post.
Right. Right.
I don't know who else to blame but the user. Yes, the offender is in the wrong, but he was
Right.
armed with information posted or shared
Right.
by the user.
By the user. Right.
So I think people need to be careful what you post. Think twice before you post.
Right.
And after you post, evaluate it. If you need to take it down, you can always take it down. It's never too late to take it down. It is never too late.
But I
to
mean, how
take
can
it
we
down.
stay? How can we stay protected online or offline? How can
Well,
we stay
so
protected?
there are certain measures
Right.
taken by each social media platform.
Right.
You know, there's the private settings, there's the share your location settings. Even if you're taking an Uber ride, you get to share your location for
That's right.
safety.
That's right.
Also, by being accountable and informing certain people that you trust about your whereabouts is also very key.
Right.
Although social media is social media,
Yeah.
keep in touch with people in reality.
In reality, yeah.
Yes,
Don't just
don't lose touch and start
Yeah.
being social. Or otherwise, when you're gone, all they'll notice is that your posts have been down for days.
Right. Right. But they will not actually know what's up. Yeah.
Nobody.
I think that's what's happening with the youth of today, where they are trading actual conversations,
Yes.
where how will I say, in-person conversations with social media updates. So, oh, hey, Kwame just posted, and Kwame posted that, hey, I'm alive, chilling, balling. But you see, the truth is, people never post their sorrows.
Yes, people don't post their sorrows. You never really, very few people post
I
their
mean, those are the
sorrows.
people that they've gotten so emotional. It has become overwhelming for them, and then they just come on social media to rant and to just ease. I mean,
Ease their
that usually
pain, yes,
goes
that
sideways
goes
most
sideways,
of the
yes.
times. But I mean, young people of late are trading in-person conversation, which is dangerous because when you're going for a job interview, in as much as sometimes even some jobs look at your social media presence and the kind of things you post because of the kind of job you're coming for, your inability to have a proper conversation with them during your interview will obviously not get you employed.
Yes, yes.
And people are losing the ability to have conversation. Now young people cannot sit down and have a decent conversation.
yes.
And
That
it's
is very true.
it's becoming sad.
So what I have to say to that is, young people, watch your influencers. Who is influencing you?
Right.
If you are on social media, follow somebody good, like Family Social GH.
That's right.
We have good information for you.
Right.
you don't have to go anywhere else. You can go to Family Morning. That is perfect.
Right.
And if you're on the road, watch Family Tube.
Right.
Not whilst great. They've kept us. Look, check this out.
So of course, from Thai Swag, we are looking good because of Urban Cognitive.
Family Kicks. They got
Yeah,
they
Family
got these
Kicks, but I
shiny
have-
shoes.
Okay, I'll mention my problem after, but yeah, Family Kicks, Family Depot, Family Vacations. Hey, listen, Singapore trip is still up and running, so. what
And
were you
one of
doing?
and our biggest sponsor yet, Accra City Hotel.
Accra City, of course. Accra City. What would we do without them?
We wouldn't be here without them.
wouldn't be here
Literally,
without
we
them.
wouldn't be
Literally.
here without them. You get-
Yeah, but now I have a bone to pick with Norman.
What?
What did? Listen, this is what I don't like. So we go off. We go off. We come back for season 2, and then you get a wristwatch.
See, I just think it is.
Not
I
just a
think-
wristwatch with what?
I
Is
think
that Shambhala?
Let me tell you something. I think the assistant producer really likes me. I think he really likes me. I'll just tell you that right now.
You are the assistant producer. You are the
Anyways-
assistant producer.
Anyways, our time is up.
This is what we're
So-
talking about.
Our time is up. Praise, you can let it rest. We'll talk
Yeah.
about this after. Our time is up.
Right.
We've had a great episode today.
Yeah,
We've
I
had.
think it has been awesome.
I've had the opportunity to be on set with 2 of our best hosts yet,
yeah.
and I hope
Not
you
yet.
enjoyed your time with us.
Okay, yet for Koleki, but best host alive.
Okay. How can you throw your own host and like your co-host under the bus?
I'm not throwing her under the bus. I just dropped her from the bus. It's just that simple.
Anyways,
I'm beefing Koleki too.
Anyways, thank you all for joining us today.
Right.
We will see you tomorrow.
I mean, and of course, this is, well, of course, I'm your amazing host. Never to leave. Praise McFollow.
And I am filling in today. I'm Norman Griffiths.
By the way, our assistant producer. And this
It's Family Morning.
Family Morning.
It's a fresh day.
We'll
See you next time.